Have you ever been completely alone, scrolling through your phone, watching TV, or lying in bed, and suddenly, you hear someone call your name. You instantly look up. Yeah, but no one's there. No one said anything. So what just happened? Did your brain imagine it? Was it just a random sound? Or is there a deeper reason why this happens to almost everyone? Because once you know the answer, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Think about it. Out of every word in the English language, why does your brain react so quickly to your own name? You could ignore dozens of conversations in a crowded restaurant. You might completely tune out the TV playing in the background. But the instant someone says your name, your attention snaps toward it, almost automatically. It's so fast that it feels like a reflex. And that's exactly what makes this mystery so strange. Because sometimes, nobody actually said your name, yet you could swear you heard it. Maybe you're taking a shower. The water is running. You suddenly hear your mom call your name. You answer, only to find out she never called you. Or maybe you're wearing headphones at the gym. Music is blasting. Someone laughs across the room, and for a split second, it sounds exactly like someone saying your name. Coincidence? Not exactly. This happens so often that scientists have spent years studying why our brains create these false alarms. And the answer goes back thousands of years. Long before smartphones, long before cities, even before a written language. Imagine you're an early human walking through a forest. You hear something behind you. Was it the wind? Or another person trying to warn you? Waiting to be certain could cost you your life. So your brain evolved to do something incredible. You learned that sometimes, it's actually safer to hear something that wasn't there than to miss something that was. And that tiny survival trick is still inside your brain today. But that's only half the story. So why does this happen? The answer starts with something psychologists call the cocktail party effect. Imagine you're at a crowded party. Dozens of conversations are happening around you. Music is playing. People are laughing. Yet somehow, if someone across the room says your name, you notice it almost instantly. Why? Because your brain treats your name differently from almost every other word. Your name is one of the first sounds you learn as a child. Over the years, your brain becomes incredibly sensitive to it. In fact, even when you're not actively paying attention, part of your brain is quietly listening for it in the background, almost like a security guard standing watch 24/7. Here's where things get interesting. Your brain doesn't actually hear the world perfectly. It makes educated guesses. Every second, it's taking incomplete information and trying to figure out what you're hearing. A distant conversation, the hum of a fan, running water, air conditioning, a television in another room. Sometimes those random sounds accidentally resemble the pattern of your name. And because your brain is already searching for that pattern, it fills in the blanks. It's similar to seeing shapes in clouds. The shapes aren't really there, but your brain creates them anyway. Except this time, the pattern is a sound. And the word you're most likely to detect is your own name. Have you ever noticed this happens more often late at night or when you're exhausted? That's not a coincidence. When you're tired, stressed, or just beginning to fall asleep, your brain's filtering system becomes less accurate. Scientists call these experiences auditory misperceptions. They're surprisingly common. Your brain is trying to make sense of vague sounds, but it's working with less than perfect information. As a result, it occasionally guesses wrong. And because your name is such a high priority signal, that's often what it thinks it heard. So the next time you hear someone call your name and nobody's there, don't panic. You're not losing your mind. You're experiencing one of the oldest survival features built into the human brain. A brain so determined not to miss something important that sometimes it creates the signal itself. Which raises an interesting question. How many things do you think you're noticing every day that your brain is actually helping create? And be honest, what's the weirdest place you've ever heard your name when nobody called you? Let me know in the comments.